basically, you and I just have a conversation, right? That's the idea.
I think so. Set the scene here. Just set the scene. Just set the scene. Let them know where we are. There's Christmas lights. There's bottles of whiskey. Ronnie was just here with some lean. It's the first time I've had that since Lil Wayne was here.
It's the first time I've had it since the last time Ronnie walked in with lean.
To clarify, Ronnie's as good as our neighbor. And also, this interview is completely illegitimate because we all live together. Am I ruining the facade? I'm ruining the facade. We're in a studio.
Keep that if you want.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Fuck this.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just, my brain is so fucked up from that lean. You know. Hello, everyone. This is AU, and I'm here with Dantana Vanderhaus. Hello, everyone.
Thanks for the whistle, by the way.
Just give me a couple seconds here. Let me give it a couple tries. The lean is really fucking my head up. I don't know what it is in that
It puts
shit.
holes in your brain.
Literally.
Yeah, kind of like ecstasy.
Something like.
Oh, God.
Okay, we can get through this. We got this. So the Shrills are back. Dan's in the Shrills.
To clarify, 3/4 of the Shrills are back.
3/4 of the Shrills are back.
We never had an easy time as a band. I don't know.
What led to you guys breaking up?
Which time?
Which time?
In 2012,
Well,
2013, 2014, or 2015?
Start from the beginning. How many people?
Okay, well, it was started by myself and Zach Grimm. We met in high school. We sat next to each other in English, and he thought I was an asshole, and I thought he was a really good dude. And
That's a common theme that I've noticed about you.
And then one day he busted out his binder, and he had this picture of a Fender Coronado on his binder, you know, really cool guitar, and like T-Rex and all this shit. And I was like, okay, because like we went to school at Mission Viejo High School, so seeing another person like T-Rex or anything that wasn't, you know, some bullshit was like a big deal. So like we sat next to each other, we started talking. We met in high school. We started as a David Bowie cover band called Ashes to Funk, and then when we started actually seeing that it was cool to play music in front of people because girls wanted to have sex with you when you did that.
Right.
Like junior year, no friends, couldn't get laid if I paid somebody to do it. You know what I mean? But I did have a girlfriend in junior year. But anyway, my point is, once we started playing instruments in front of the girls I went to high school with, things started happening. So it was like, okay, well, let's actually Things started to happen. Yeah. Grew some hair. And,
well, we can get into that more when I interview your penis after this.
What I'm saying is that's how we started, and we were Ashes to Funk, and then when things start, when we were like, okay, being in a band is rad, because all the bands around here suck. That's when we started taking it seriously. We kicked everybody out that didn't need to be in the band. We invited new people who, strictly off of their jawline and fashion sense. And that's when we started the Shrills, and that was back in 2011, which is weird now. It's 2016? 216?
216.
It's 2:16 in the morning. It's 2016. That was 5
years ago.
5 years ago. I can't do math.
Oh Jesus! What was I gonna say? So you've rifled through a lot of different members.
Yeah, we've had a lot of different members. Yeah, but consistently we've had Fabian Ruiz, who is a very famous punk rocker.
He's a poet and a punker.
He's a very well-known
He's a living
man.
poem.
He's a living legend, honestly, in my opinion. And the reason he joined the band is because we had a bunch of squares, you know, playing with a bunch of squares.
Needed to harden it.
And when we had a show in San Clemente, and he caused the most trouble at the show, and I saw him, and I was like, God, I hope that kid plays an instrument. Next thing I know, he's in the band. But Fabian joined the band, and so pretty much our solid line was me and Fabian and Zach, and then Danny Kano joined the band. A good kid we went to high school with, played in bands. He was the first kid at our high school with a punk rat tail, you know, and he was a cool guy. And he liked Fugazi, and he was the only other kid in my school that knew Fugazi.
Yeah, he's got the I like Fugazi look.
Yeah.
Smell it on it.
He's done the evolution of Ian MacKaye that Ian MacKaye did in like 30 years over the course of the last 3 years. So Ian MacKaye was real angry, like singing punk bands, touring for like 20 years. Kano did that all in 3 years, and now Ian MacKaye's 50-something now, hanging out with his wife.
Doing spoken word.
Kano's doing the same thing at age 26. I respect the hell out of him. He's a good guy. But he's got his own thing going on. He's a good dude. And right now, Shrills is the drummer that we acquired, luckily, headmaster of Maple Recordings, Paul.
Paul
Macias. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. He's a good friend. I love him. But Paul's playing on drums. Fabian, original OG member, on bass. Me and guitar. Zach, and we have a young hot talent named Andrew.
Hot talent.
Yeah.
You mean Jimmy Page?
Andrew, aka Johnny Thunders, aka Jimmy Page, aka
Sassy Snaps.
Yeah, well, you know what? Like I said, when we started this band, we kicked everybody out. Whoever had the best jawline, best style, they got it. So we're following the same principle. We had the 3 members that we could find, that we could still track down, that were down from the original lineup. Also, Greg Sherman, he's going to be playing with us too.
Greg's playing.
OG member too, yeah. Greg's also playing. But the only new guy is Andrew. And shout out to Andrew, man. Audrey, I'm sorry, is actually his name. Audrey Meadows.
Yeah, Audrey Meadows on Facebook.
Audrey Meadows.
Hit him up. He's a pretty man. You should check him out.
He's a very good-looking kid. Very good-looking kid. He's got those dark circles under his eyes, and I love that, you know?
Yeah. Like myself, you and the rest of said band members, for the most part, from Orange County. Is that correct? That was a yes.
Yeah. Right.
Gotta do the whiskey.
God. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, side note, Dan drinks whiskey like a fucking crazy person. Because,
Thanks.
well, it's funny, you're
I
like...
want more people to know about my fucking substance abuse. Yeah. Yeah, I drink whiskey like it's water. Thank you for that.
All right.
Tell them how often I like to do
No,
heroin,
it's
too.
your gulps are just funny.
I do
that's all.
cocaine like it's an airstrip.
I sip it out of a cup, you guzzle it through your body.
Here's my approach to the band, here's my approach to, you know, drug use, whatever. If you're gonna do it,
Do it.
just, I was trying to think of something on the fly, I don't know.
Just not in moderation.
Kids, if you're gonna do it, don't do it. But if you have to do it, because, you know, you come from one of those bloodlines, you know, where you have to do it, go all out. Get it out of your system. Because a midlife crisis, I've heard, is a bitch. And you only have those, the only reason you have those is because you never used the needle when you were in your 20s.
So are you advocating?
Shooting up?
So the kids should be shooting up.
Find whatever you can, crush it down into a spoon, cook it up real good though.
Go to Walmart.
Go to Walmart. Why would you go to Walmart?
I don't know where you get the
You don't have needles at Walmart.
I don't know.
No, don't shoot anything up. It's overrated. It just inflates your hands and arms and you look like a fucking zombie. That was a joke. Just whatever you can do, only do drugs if you can put them up your nose or in your mouth, okay? Anything other than that, don't do it. Yeah, well, actually,
I'm not putting that
don't do that either.
So you guys are from Orange County, which is a cesspool of filth and awful. There's a term for people down there, the OC fucks, right?
OC-fuckery. OC-fucks, yeah. We were I mean, that was a damaging thing coming from Orange County though, because we thought we had this inflated thing like, oh, we're the business, you know what I mean? Like coming from there, because everybody else around you was, you know, like if you played football at my high school, you got to miss class. Like if you were smoking weed, you got expelled. Right. So when we were like the dudes, like we thought we knew what was up. So like that was bad for us. Then you actually hit the road. You know, you go to places like when we play Los Angeles, we get knocked down a peg because everybody in Los Angeles has seen everything.
Yeah.
Before already 100 times.
Well, there's also that sort of apathy up here that's like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you play a house show down there, and like you know, it goes well because the kids down there, they're listening to whatever, and then they see you guys and they're like, oh, sick, you know, it's awesome. And we all had beautiful, smoking hot girlfriends because we were the only rock and roll band around that was anything, right? We all got dumped at the same time. We all got dumped at the same time. It was like they had like a meeting, you know, and they all met with each other, like, yeah, fuck these guys, you know, and they let's just drop them like a couple bricks, and they did. And then that's when we made an album. So thank God they did.
And that. But yeah, so being from Orange County, how do you feel it affected you and like the way you play music as opposed to if you
just fucking said that? For a band like us, we're all rats in a sewer, you know what I mean? If we would have turned into Ninja Turtles, that would have been great, but we didn't. We stayed rats, you know, and nothing's happened for us. To be quite honest, we made a good album. We made a good record.
It's a great album.
Nothing's happened for us. And that's why we imploded. That's why we imploded. That's why we broke up. Nothing gets handed to you. And I understand that, so we try to take it, we try to do it, but it gets exhausting.
I do want to get into that, but I was gonna say, Oh, yeah, well, speaking to the sort of coddled nature of the trust fund kids you're talking about, and sort of...
I can name a few, but I'm not going to be a dick.
Nah, yeah.
That was the hardest part for us in LA, too. You know, seeing all these kids that, like... It's hard to go on tour when you're broke. You can't just... People say, go on the road, tour, right? Okay, I need to buy a van. I need to buy a van. My dad won't buy me a van. You know what I mean? Like... Dad installs race for a living. Good man. I love my dad. Always made sure I had food on the table. But he couldn't buy me a tour van.
Right.
How are you gonna go on tour?
As usual.
So you're gonna play these shows in Los Angeles. You're gonna play these shows in Orange County. You don't make enough. You just make enough to support your drug habit. That's all. You don't make enough to buy a tour van. So we ended up doing it anyway. We all worked at fucking restaurants, and we bought a van, and we worked at restaurants. We fucking made a record, and you know what? We didn't get shit. Yeah. So that's why it's hard. You see these kids, you know.
Do you feel a sense of satisfaction in, because, like, I mean, you, like, not to put you on the spot like that, but you feel like your record's good, because it is, right? Like, we talked about this. You like your record.
I didn't want to make a record that I wouldn't like myself, and I'm a really picky person.
Yeah.
That's why we have a bunch of songs that didn't make it on the album, that we paid good money to record.
So you spent a lot of time, you're satisfied with the job.
2 years to make one album, yeah. I think we did what we wanted to do.
Is there a certain level of satisfaction just in that, as opposed to...
Yeah, getting the vinyl record in your hands when some kid believed you enough to pay the $1,500, $2,000 on their own, with their label, to put out your album, yeah, that's cool. Because it's like, okay, we put everything we had in this. All of our own money, plus all of our own life into it. It didn't come from anybody else. Nobody gave us a hand. So yeah, getting that record in our hands was cool. But when you have records in your hands, in your own hands, and then that lasts for a couple of days, then you want them in everybody else's hands. And then it's sold well. I mean, they're all sold out. But
I've got one right here.
Yeah, there you go. But
in Couch Blue, by the way, which you...
80s Couch Blue, limited to 50. Yeah.
You were very adamant that I got the Couch Blue when you gave it to me.
I wanted you to get one of the special ones. I like you. But it's hard. You hit a standstill point, and I'm not saying you have to have parents with money to get past that standstill point. You probably just have to be a really good band to get past that standstill point. Maybe we're not that good of a band. I don't know, but I thought that we made a good enough album to get past this place that we were at, to the point where maybe now we're going to start getting people like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. He throws that thing into your chest.
Yeah,
get over here, and then that's like yeah. But like, you know, Vice never did an article on us. You know, like we never got any of those big websites doing some sort of article like, oh, you know, this band, like whatever. Like, didn't happen. The best, well, Lo-Pi, you guys helped us out. Yeah, Lo-Pi helped us out. Gave some people permission to like us. And then working with Mike at the distillery, he gave some people permission to like us.
Yeah, Mike McHugh is a guy that the distillery was the place at the time.
Yeah, and recording there was good, and he loved our band, and he helped us out a lot. I mean, we would have broken up 3 years ago for that. But it's been nice, you know. There are maybe 12 kids out there that like it a lot.
Yeah,
and that's
all that matters.
That's
as
nice.
Long as they like it.
That's nice.
As long as they're loud enough about it.
Yeah.
So how does that affect the way you're approaching it now? Like, knowing that it's you were sort of looking at it like a good album's all you need, and then you just go from there. How do you approach it now?
That's a really good question. Actually, it's been nice to have a break. Now our approach is, nothing matters, you know. It's nice. There's no expectations, because it was zero. It was gone. It was done. So now that we're, you know, giving it another shot, it's just for fun.
Yeah. So
and that's how it should be.
You're not setting the bar. You don't have a thing here.
Before, we were taking it very business-like, very seriously. We all wanted to do this for our life, but now there's no expectations.
So you're playing to play.
So it's fun.
Art for art's sake.
It's fun. And our first show back with Bored to Death. Jesse.
Jesse. By the way, Jesse Boredom is here. In the background's our live studio audience, or Ed McMahon.
Jesse Boredom, probably the only reason that we're getting back together. Thank you, Jesse.
Oh,
guy,
shout out.
That's fun. Yeah. What were?
The question was, how are you approaching it now?
Yes. My answer is yes. That's what you gotta do. If you have a good answer, you smack the table.
Done.
Bang.
Okay, so the Shrills are gonna be playing you're getting back together, and this is gonna be your first show, right?
Our first show back together in a very long time.
And you're playing at the Honey Trap Warehouse. You want to RSVP on Facebook, Bored to Death Facebook. You can find it there. Oh. Okay, so I'm talking about movies. Okay, I have a question.
Can't do the same gag twice. You do the next gag. Don Cheadle, Ocean's 12. Even if they could have robbed the casino in the same way, they wouldn't have, because you don't do the same gag twice. You do the next gag.
Which is funny, because they were doing the quintessential same gag by doing the sequel to a remake.
No, but what I'm saying is they turned out the power in the first movie, and then they went in, and then Matt Damon, you know, stupid white kid,
and
sheepish fucking honky, says to Don Cheadle, well, why don't we just cut the power like we did in the last movie? But he doesn't say the last movie, like we did the last movie. And then Don Cheadle says, no, it won't work because they got backup generators. And other than that, the reason you don't do that, because you don't do the same gag twice, baby, you do this gag.
But that movie was literally the same gag twice.
Yeah, which is funny because I'm doing the same band as I did before, too, so I'm doing the same gag.
It comes full circle.
Whatever.
So, where do you get your ideas from? I would.
You want to hear my top 5 actors?
I do.
Vince Vaughn. Touch more.
If I'm not mistaken, there's one tattooed on your leg.
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I have a Keanu Reeves tattoo.
Yep. Keanu Reeves tattoo on your leg.
I love Keanu Reeves.
Who the fuck would tattoo an actor's name on their fucking leg? That's
you did also. You have Matt Damon tattooed in the same spot.
Fair enough.
Thank you. It's just two guys.
What are your favorite?
What are your ideas?
What inspires you?
What were you gonna say?
What
are my favorite flavors of Perrier?
Give me your 5 favors of Perrier. Anything else you want to talk about? I think I'm.
No, we got a show on the 16th. We got most of the people back that we could get back. The members that aren't dead, they're gonna play.
So, in closing.
Yes.
You
didn't really ask me a lot of questions about my band. It's just a bunch of stupid shit.
What am I supposed to ask you?
I don't know.
No,
when you get drunk before an interview, it's
5 to, when the interviewer gets fucking drunk too. It's like, I'll figure it out later. That's what it is.
Give me an every man laugh. Whoa.
So in closing, if you want to see this guy and fucking his band,
we got Colleen Green,
White Fang,
we got White Fang, we got White Fence, we got I confused the two of them. Honestly, when you told me White Fang was playing, I thought White Fence was playing. I was like, oh, that guy's awesome. It's been like 2 weeks now. I've been like, oh, that's great. In my defense, she said she was 22.
But my thing was, you should know when her
off the record,
when her mom drops her off to hang out with you and to make love to you. That's when you should know that there's something wrong. Walk out.
Let's sign off here. Jesse, Jesse, come on.
All right, let's get Jesse.
Show January 16th.
Let's get Jesse Boredom in here, January 16th.
Jesse Boredom, bored to death. They're killing it right now. It's the only show booking thing you want to play for. You play for anybody else, you're gonna get jacked.
No,
and you're gonna have a bad show.
There's plenty of nice people out there,
but
but
nobody else. Bored to death and action.
Anyway, okay, so
what do you gotta say?
So Jess, tell us about the warehouse show.
Yeah.
Tell us why everyone should go.
Give us some jive.
Well, for one, Pabst Blue Ribbon is sponsoring the event, so there's gonna be tons of beer.
If you're in one of the bands,
beer.
you're getting free beer. If you're not in the bands, you're getting cheap beer.
Beer for sure, and bands, the Shrills for sure.
Oh, that's nice.
Fucking Colleen Green,
oh, yeah.
White Fang, the Shrills. Sloppy Jane, Band Apart, The Hikers, and Paps, dude. Fucking.
It's a stacked lineup.
Yeah.
All of them.
Stacked lineup.
It's gonna be fun. It'll be good
Alright, it's at the Honey Trap Warehouse, and you can RSVP on Facebook or on.
Or just find us on any kind of social media site or whatever. Just search.
The website's Death by Boredom.
Death by Boredom.
I spelt it out for you earlier, and for the record, Sloppy Jane's playing, and I swear, if you like Iggy Pop, you know, if you like those bands,
you're gonna fucking love.
You're like a real good front man, woman, you know, somebody who really brings you the rock and roll. You're gonna love White Fang. What?
Well done.
I'm just kidding. I like Sloppy Jane. They're good.
All right, we're good, I think.